I'm talking about regenerative leadership, but I have a question for you. Are you willing? Are you willing to make the changes we need to make? Are you willing to shift your life? Are you willing to change the habits that keep us stuck the way we are? Are you willing to open yourself up to new ways of being? I'm Catherine Alexander. I'm founder of the Bridge to Partnership and the Coming Home Project. And my focus is helping people move from, gee, we got to do something, into not only being willing, but finding what they want to do. This shift is going to happen because we all contribute. It's not something somebody's going to do for us. It is something we will do because we have changed. We have shifted. We are not the people we used to be. I'm a regenerative coach for just that reason, because it's not easy to do that by yourself. The classes, the workshops, the videos I do are all about helping people understand what we can do and how to do it in a way that's in concert with the rest of life on the planet, in concert with Mother Earth, in concert with Gaia, following the science of how things work. It's not easy, but it's not that difficult either. But it does require change. It does require doing something different. So I'm asking you, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to make that shift? And are you willing to do it now? Not sometime in the future, not, oh, I'd love to do it when I get around to it, or I can't do it right now because, but are you willing to do it now? There's an urgency here. I saw today the regular graph that we show all the time about change and early adopters and late adopters and the middle adopters. And it may seem like we're early adopters, but we're late in the game. But given where we are, anybody who moves now will be an early adopter or will look like an early adopter. We have a huge chance to make a difference. We teeter on the precipice. We watch people do really great things and then absolutely horrible things in the very next instant. We need to pay attention. We need to be different. We need to align ourselves with the planet. The earth principles, the earth values that I talk about so much are certainly one way to do that. I've created workshops for it. I have t-shirts. I have a deck of cards, all to help people understand what those are, remember, and play with them, to apply them to what they're doing, to be able to see the shift that they need to make by reflecting on them when they're trying to do something. And that's a big piece of it. But there are so many other things we can do. The podcast that I did this week was full of ideas about that. Getting out of time, how time controls our every action and most of our thoughts. We feel so constrained by time. We feel forced by time. We feel compelled by time. We need to step out of time and start working with nature's time, being present, wholly present in the moment, not thinking about past or even future. We'll make the future as we go. We don't need to worry about it. If we make good decisions now, the future will be fine. But we need to understand how to make those decisions now. We need to know what to do now. We need to do it now. And so that's why I'm asking you, are you willing? Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to say, okay, what do I need to do? Are you willing to say, I will promise to be present. I will promise to go pay attention to nature. It is really about getting back in touch with the planet. So the things we need to do are planet things. They're not things that we would think of doing for ourselves, for our career, for our lifestyle. It's getting out of all that stuff and beginning to look at the planet and what the planet needs. She needs help with cooling. We can do a lot to make that happen. Yes, you and I, we can do stuff. We are not held hostage by oil. They will do what they will do. In the meantime, we can start creating a safety net if we choose to do that. And that does mean hands in the dirt. There's just no way around it, folks. We're so unused to really paying attention to the planet. It's just not part of most of our lives. And that is one of the big shifts we're going to have to make. You have to learn about plants. You have to learn about soil. And you have to be active in making both of those things thrive. Are you willing? Is this something you are willing to commit to take on, to try, to spend time with? Are you willing? It has to be done if we're going to stay here. It has to be done if we're going to make it through this crisis, these poly crises. It's not just one thing. We have to begin to create the new now. And you get the future by acting now, the way you would like to have the future be. Gandhi said that, I believe. So are you willing? Are you willing to be the future now? Are you willing to take the time and effort to do that? It's a shift. It's a change. You're going to give up stuff. You'll give it up anyway, frankly. But if you give it up by choice, it's way easier. And if you give it up for meaning and for a meaningful shift, it's much easier. It doesn't even feel like you're giving up anything. So are you willing? Are you willing to do what needs to be done? Are you willing to learn about what needs to be done? Are you willing to shift your schedule? Maybe even eventually change your work, change your lifestyle to make it through, to help everybody thrive. Are you willing? It's not rhetorical at all. I'm asking this in all seriousness. If you're willing, please join me on the Coming Home Project or the Bridge to Partnership. There are links to the Coming Home Project on my website, bridgetopartnership.com. Step up. Let's talk. Let's do something real. Let's start feeling like there's hope because we bring it by the actions we take, the thoughts we think, and the things we're sharing with each other. So ask, are you willing? Get in touch.